I just had the most wonderful card class, so I'm feeling full of magic and hope. And I wanted to do a little reading for the collective while the vibe is high. This is something that I'm trying to bring into my life. Is doing more readings for the collective where I'm just pulling cards. I'm always calculating cards and doing readings with people in that way. Wow. Because I'm the 10 of clubs and my highest self is here to be a teacher of mental processes and art and expression. So that's what I'm here to do. Woo! And Queen of Spades, taking care of the realms of heart, mind, body, and soul by being of service. That is what I'm here to do. So I'm looking forward to starting a YouTube channel, or filling up my YouTube channel with little communal readings. And so I'm going to start with one here on my Instagram to just try to feel into what it feels like to do a big reading for the collective. Hi, honey. I've done lives before where people come on and ask me a question, but I've recently just gotten into watching readers on YouTube myself, tarot readers and oracle card readers, and no one reading playing cards, but they're doing readings for the collective. They feel an energy and they're like, I think I need to do a reading about this, and I know I need to be doing this work. So let's see what cards just flew out. Wow, 2 of Hearts, best friends. And it was just 202 when I pulled this out. Y'all, this is the soulmate card. This is the best friends card. This is find the people who bring out the joy in you, because that is what we should be looking for in a connection. Now, I was thinking that this reading would be about like the full moon in Taurus that we're having on Friday in the next couple of days. So this is making me think of like how the people who make us feel the most at home are the ones with whom we can express our full range of emotion without fear of judgment. And as we are in Scorpio right now, and there's so much revolutionary energy, it's like, how can we get rid of friends who, you know, everybody has different purposes in our life, but our best friends, our closest people, should be people who accept us and love us at the very core of our being and aren't mad at us for feeling the way that we feel. If somebody truly loves us and cares about us, they want to know how we feel. And that's who our real soulmates are in this life. And our real best friends. This is a very youthful energy, and it's reminding me that we want to stay light and free in the face of imminent revolution. Things are going to keep changing. Things are going to keep being hard. We're going to keep being hit with strategy. We need to keep close the people who we see and feel them, and they see and feel us, period. What's behind this 2 of Hearts? Queen of Diamonds. This is philanthropy. How can you be of the most service if you aren't being held and mirrored emotionally? This is reminding me that like we are only as strong as our community, but also queens kind of have to take care of queens have to take care of business. They have to be of service, and we need to be filled up if we are to give. It's giving the queen being behind the king, and the king is the externally facing master, right? Like the king is the one who makes the decision to go to war and stuff, but he's counseling with his queen. Like, the queen helps her man make the decision in these traditional binary gender roles that the king and queen are representing, you know. But the Queen of Diamonds is about being service through taking action that is aligned with what we value. And with the full moon in Taurus, Taurus is very sensual. It's a Venusian sign. It's ruled by Venus, which is very queen-like. And Venus is about receiving love and beauty and luxury, relaxing into luxury so that you can receive. And receiving also has to do with signs. Queens get to sit on their throne and be of service just through being a shoulder to cry on. Queens listen. And so it's like, how can you be of service without doing anything? Without having to assertively, aggressively, with masculinity, push yourself, force things. Queens don't force. Queens allow, queens magnetize, queens attract. And this queen attracts abundance. How can you attract abundance? By relaxing. I've got a good example. I've been doing these card classes recently, and like, I know that I know everything I need to teach in these classes. My biggest barrier is my own anxiety and insecurity. As I was teaching today, I'm like, they've probably all heard me like say this example before, like how embarrassing. But me even thinking that and putting that energy, I'm getting in my own way. Maybe one or two of them heard it before. They don't care. They're there to listen to a class that I'm teaching, but me second guessing myself, I'm getting in my own way. So my greatest medicine in that has been to just relax and trust and really have fun. And Taurus wants to have fun. Taurus wants to be comfy. So this full moon in Taurus is trying to ask you to relax, and take advantage of the resources that you do have and be of service with them. And realize that your relaxation is honestly sometimes the greatest gift that you can give yourself, which allows you to fill up your own cup and be of more service. I can, be trying to hammer myself into being of service again and again and again, but I'm going to be of the most service when I'm trusting myself to do so. Not being like, be better at holding space. Like, that doesn't make me good at holding space. We got to keep our nervous systems like supported, nurtured, protected, clean. All right. 3 more cards flew out. Let's see what they are. Oh, it's 4 more. 7s and 8s and 9s. All right. Very quickly. Overcoming emotional temptation will change everything. Getting clear on what you want, heart, mind, body, and soul, and going for it dedicatedly, undeterrably, is going to change the way that you think about everything. The double 9 is changing our thoughts and changing our actions. And 9 also has to do, wow, no way, it was 9 ... It was 900 when I just said 9s. 9s are revolution, death into rebirth, okay? But a big part of the 9s is noticing the disappointment, the dissonance, so that we can decide that that is what needs to die. So the 9 of clubs, an example of this would be like, you really care about somebody, but you sense this resistance in your communication with them. Parts of you that are resisting, parts of them that are resisting. And that's disappointing. You want to connect with somebody. So, but noticing that you're disappointed by their avoidance. Admitting to yourself that there's dissonance there and that you don't like that. That is what is going to allow you to surrender to the need to change that, whether it is letting go of that person or trying to change the way that you communicate with that person in order to hopefully free up some resistance, or, maybe talking to them about it. The dissonance, the disappointment is what conjures within us the desire for newness. So 9s are the number of essentially carrying that weight of the imminence of change and doing what we've got to do to allow that change to happen, so that newness can come in. So to bring that full circle, 9s, I just taught in my class, are the most scorpionic number. We're in the Scorpio moon cycle right now. We're about to reach the height of it, which is the full moon in Taurus, which is opposite Scorpio, because we're at the height of the middle, the opposite. So I think what this reading is telling me, I'm going to draw one more card. I'm thinking that this is really trying to say, we're in Scorpio season. We're almost at the very height of like the middle. We're not in the middle of Scorpio season anymore based on where this moon cycle falls, but we're from a lunar perspective, we're at the emotional height of this year's Scorpio season. So right now, where your emotions are should be showing you what you want to emotionally get rid of. What are the things that make you wake up feeling emotionally not your best? How can you revolutionize those? What are the things in your life that are keeping you communicating in destructive ways and, self-talking in ways that don't feel good? The only way that we are going to really transform is when we allow things to die that we don't need. And in Scorpio season, wow, this is the card. One just flew out, so we'll see what it is. But like in Scorpio season is the time for death and rebirth. So this reading is telling me that for you to get the most out of the Scorpio season, which ends in like 9 or 10 days, even 8 or 9, for you to get the most out of Scorpio season, you need to be real with yourself right now, okay, about what needs to die and be reborn. Because I feel like I'm getting that, like, if you don't admit to yourself what you already know on a core level, your gut knows. Your soul knows, your higher self knows, your ancestors know, you in other timelines knows. Your ego and your pride are what are keeping you from accepting what needs to get out of your way and get out of your life. But you have to make the decision to overcome your ego and overcome your pride to get those things out of your own way. And what's coming through is that if you don't freaking do that now, you're going to be stuck in that cycle for maybe another year, maybe until the next Scorpio season. Not to put that on anybody, but mainly to say that right now is the time. You have the power. Right now, in the season of death and rebirth, Scorpio is the sign of death. Let's not mince words. So what's this last card? I love that. Ace of Clubs, y'all, is a very longevitous card, especially as it relates to relationships. You know what? It's actually the karma card of this. There are only 2 pairs of cards in the deck who only karmically relate to one another. each card has one card that blesses it and one card that it must bless. It's the sacred karmic circle in the cards, okay? But most cards have a totally different card that blesses it versus the one that it blesses. I, as the Four of Hearts, am blessed by the Ten of Spades, and I must bless the Four of Spades. However, there are 3 cards that are fixed that only bless themselves and only owe themselves. That's King of Spades, the highest card, Jack of Spades, the Christ consciousness card, and 8 of Clubs, the fixed and powerful mind, Bob Dylan. But then there's 2 other pairs of cards, which those 3 plus these 2 pairs, 4 equals 7, and they are the very special 7 that are the only cards that lay outside of the sacred karmic circle. And these are 2 of them, the first card of this reading and the last card of this reading. And this is like my first little reading. Oh, because the Ace of Clubs is okay, this means the individual journey of the mind, the beginning of new journeys of the mind. Which is really giving, like, if you can let go of this stuff that we're talking about, whatever was coming up for you, what is it, who is it that you need to let go of? Several things probably, all right? I know it hurts to let go. I know it hurts to admit. I know you don't want to. But I know that you have to, and I know that when you do, you're freeing up space for yourself to go learn what you need to learn and say what you need to say. The Ace of Clubs is like the first mind to ever realize that it can think for itself, that it can go on its own individual journeys of learning, of teaching, of experiencing. It is the insatiable mind that can't learn enough, that can't conversate enough, wants to get the most juicy tidbits of information out of every situation, the most beautiful essences of intelligence that it can get from nature, from experience. The Ace of Clubs wants to see it all and express everything it wants to express in its own individual way. And it's like it's coming through that you're the only one who can get these things out of your way so that you can go be on your way. Stop standing in your own way. And that's why these 2 cards are karmically connected, and that's actually why I say this is the most longevitous card as it comes to relationships, because relationships don't work if there's this level of dependence. Sorry, I just saw 11 twos at once in my Rain Man brain. Relationships don't work if there's too much dependence or too much independence. There's got to be interdependence. And the Rosicrucians believed that these are the 2 facets of life, being able to be the self and do what you want to do and be who you want to be, and also get to love and connect and be a part of a community and to be in relationship with others. We are born alone and we die alone, and we have to do ourselves the justice of doing our own thing and being our own being and learning who the fuck we are, regardless of what anyone else thinks. And we also owe it to ourselves to not isolate forever, to enjoy the beauty of connection, because that is like the purest essence of all, is harmony. Hey, what are you doing? I don't even know. And this is why these cards are karmically linked, because to find your best soul friend, it's going to be the person who wants you to be the individual mind that you are, and not be trying to tell you what you should think or what you should say or who you should be and what you should do or where you should go. Your besties, your soul people, your true partners, in love, in life, want to validate your feelings and want you to speak your mind. So that's why these cards are karmically connected. The most longevitous relationships, the closest intimacy that we can share with another person is one in which our individual perspectives are very upheld. Baby, you think what you think, and I don't need you to think what I think for me to feel okay. I don't need to be validated that you think about things in the same way as me for me to feel worth. I love you because you're you. I don't love you because you love me. I love you because you're you and because you love me. Together. Wow. Oh my God, I just had so much fun. That was my first collective reading. What'd you guys think? Well, let's see what you guys thought because this card just flew out. Queen of Clubs. Wow. They say if we lived in a perfect world, the Queen of Clubs would be our ruler because this is the master of the internal mental process. This is the nurturer of the mind, the protector and the supporter of the sacred mental experiences of getting to be a human who can think. And I just shuffled the Queen of Clubs away and then I just opened to my own card. But, man, this is so much more meaningful than I figured it could be. Y'all, when we look at a club, the 3 petals of the flower are intuition, intelligence, and imagination. And I see those as the past, present, and future of the mind. Intuition, ancestral, buried. It's if your brain is the brains of hundreds of thousands of years of evolution. And you can't escape the fact that your brain knows things and is doing things that you are not even consciously aware of. How little of our brain do we use, but our intelligence is the part of our brain that we use and work on over time. It's what we gain through reading the books we read, through having the conversations that we have, through working on the art that we work on. Our intelligence is gained through our everyday moments and what we choose to augment our mind with. And then we have our imagination. What are we choosing to dream about? How do we ideate and, imagine the future? And then the stem is what brings them all down to earth. I just looked and it was 2329, aka 1129, aka my birthday. And my birthday is actually in, now that it's past midnight, 15 days, half a month away. King of Clubs holds me in Venus. He loves me always. So how do we finish this up? Scorpio season, Taurus full moon reading, Taurus full moon that is upcoming. Please give us one sign. Actually, what I want to ask right now is, because right now the moon's in Aries, before it moves into Taurus. So it's almost like this moon in Aries is preparing us for the full moon in Taurus. And Aries is about taking action and being a warrior, being assertive, so that then Taurus, you can kind of relax. You got to fight and then you can relax. So Aries moon, what is your wisdom? Eight of Diamonds. Wow. The Eight of Diamonds is the very top middle card on the most important chart of the cards. It is the card of shining down on all. So what this is giving me is that, you know, when we just said like Scorpio with the nines, you got to get shit out of your way. So the Ace of Clubs, you can really go on your individual journeys, so that Two of Hearts, you bring your soulmates in, so that Eight of Diamonds, nothing is keeping you from shining the at the very top. Okay, if this was the chart of cards, because it's actually kind of shaped like that. And the Eight of Diamonds is at very top middle. Right? The very top middle. It shines down on all, and it's like you can't shine in your most shiny ways. And dedicate yourself to the actions that you're most supposed to dedicate yourself to. If there's all this bullshit standing in your way, if you're not being true to yourself, if you're not surrounding yourself with people who really truly care about you, how are you ever going to shine and be your best self? So I hope a lot of this feels good and hits home. And, you know, honestly, I hope it's like a little uncomfortable, because I'm not here to powder your butt. Maybe I am. Who are you? Queen of Clubs came back out. Mother of the Mind. And then the Nine of Spades. All the nines together. The nine of all nines. Changing it all. Five of Clubs. Opening our mind. King of Hearts. In the name of love. We're doing it all for love. That's what it's all for. All right. 27 minutes. That was pretty long and cool. That wasn't even hard. Huh. Should I post this to my YouTube now? I thought I was literally going to do like a... I thought I was going to do like a few minute Instagram reading. And now I've been doing this for half an hour. I've been waiting till I'm like ready to do collective readings, and now they're just flowing through. Thanks for watching.